It's about 10 o'clock on Saturday, January 20th. We left the dock an hour ago. I had tested the Torqeedo and it was running. And just as I pushed away from the wall, actually not dock, we were side-tied to a wall, error 32 came up, the engine died. Close quarters in there. Fortunately, the wind was coming from the east, which made it a beam reach. One of the unsung virtues of jib furling gear is that you can get under sail quickly when your bleeping engine dies. So I unfurled the jib and ghosted on out that narrow channel from the Marathon Boatyard, to whom I would like to again say a public thank you. They saved my boat and gave me great service, and the people there were, all of them, the office, the guys in the yard were friendly and helpful. Anyway, I ghosted on out at about a knot. I knew the tide was against me. When you get out from that narrow channel, 100 or so yards long, maybe a couple hundred, then it was a turn to the south with the wind behind me. You have to clear the open bridge there now. And then I got a little bit of room. Let the tiller pilot steer, messed with the engine, and the thing started, which I'm glad, because the wind is blocked in that channel by buildings and other things. So I powered out, got out to the last buoy, turned to the south. As I've turned, you're looking over at Marathon there. Marathon consists of two keys, Boot Key and Vaca Key. Anyway, there's nobody who lives right there. The other part is beyond that there. And in fact, when Irma hit, those mangroves right there probably saved my boat and a lot of others, because they reduced the surge. They took the full brunt of it. Looking back that way at the 7 Mile Bridge, that way is toward Key West, 40 miles away. We are steering, as maybe you can see from the Velocitech, a course about 6-4 degrees, making 4.5 knots. Anyway, I got out into a little more open water. The engine died again, got error 32, it didn't matter. I removed it. This was the old Torqeedo, not the new one. When I went to start the Torqeedos to begin with, I don't know that I mentioned that a week ago, I set up the new one, no error message, but nothing happened when I turned the throttle. So I started switching parts from the old to the new, batteries, tiller arms. I ended up with the old one on, and at that point I remembered that there's a little magnetic tab that has to be placed on the top of the tiller arm for the thing to work. So I put that in place, and it worked. And I tried it several times during the week, and it worked. But that was all the old equipment. Anyway, got the Torqeedo off, got the mainsail up, got fenders, dock lines stowed away, Torqeedo stowed away. We're pretty much in passage mode. Now I had planned to go outside the reef and stay out there. If you look over there, this is a wide-angle lens, but that's Sombrero Light, and that marks the edge of the reef. We're still in relatively shallow water here. This is called Hawk Channel, and I wasn't going to sail up this, but the wind angle is just too good. We're going the way we want to go at 4 knots without doing anything more than taking water over the bow. So I'm going to keep this up for a while. The wind should be veering more to the east, and if it does, I will go outside and tack. We've got 40-50 miles to go before our course moves from being east-northeast parallel to the line of the Keys to north. New sails look good. My masthead wind instrument is not working, the Ray Marine, so I don't know the exact wind speed, but you can see it's, maybe 8-9 knots. The passage, the weather, as much as one can believe the long-range weather forecast. The wind's going to be east, move a little bit tomorrow to the southeast. Monday looks like a nice day with the wind southeast and we're going north. Then Tuesday, it gets all interrupted. The wind goes around to the north. It will probably be in the 20 knot range on Wednesday and Thursday. It may still be 20 knots on Friday, but by then it should have veered again and have us on a reach rather than have it ahead of us. At one point I thought I might go out and pick up the mooring on by Sombrero Light and spend the day. Obviously that isn't going to happen. I also have considered that when that wind goes north I might put into port, but unless it's a lot worse than I expect it to be, that probably won't happen either. The weather in Hilton Head looks to have strong winds there next Sunday. They'll be behind me, but 20 knots or so. I'd like to be in before that, but it depends on how much I'm slowed by the headwinds in midweek. Gannet's in pretty good shape. We are sailing just with the tiller tied down. I was using the tiller pilot before, but there's no need to do that going to windward. I don't know what you can see. There's the forward berth in passage mode. The other V berth. And this one, I slept here last night. All right. We're underway.